Support for Frontline is provided by U.S. News and World Report.
Trust. For over 70 years, a commitment to playing it straight, getting it right. U.S. News and World Report. Trust matters.
Frontline is made possible by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
Tonight on Frontline.
The judge told me, I will give your son 25 to life. So you better take the plea. Or if you don't take the plea, he's getting it.
More than 95% of all felony convictions are the result of a guilty plea.
I was willing to plead guilty, even though I wasn't, because I had to go home to my kids.
He said, we want to drop the murder charge on you if you'll plead guilty to robbery. And I said, but I haven't robbed anybody.
Tonight, Frontline tells the stories of ordinary people caught up in a nightmare.
All he has to say is one word and he gets to go home. Guilty.
How do you plead that reduced charge?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty because you are guilty and for no other reason?
Yes, sir.
Would you tell the court, please, why you were late arriving at that meeting, Mr. Cummings?
Every few hours, every day, all across the country, new and old television shows demonstrate justice at work. Americans love trials. Everyone knows the rules.
Are these the photographs, Mr. Cummings?
The Honorable Mark Burns presiding.
The judge.
I show you this weapon, Lieutenant Drum.
Evidence.
Exhibit 1. I ask if you
How much are you being paid for today's court appearance?
Expert witnesses.
$3,000. Objection, this is irrelevant.
Attorneys.
I don't see the relevance in... I do.
Prosecutors.
No more questions.
The defendant. The jury.
We find the defendant guilty.
Not guilty.
We're deadlocked.
The public perception of our criminal justice system is deeply shaped by television. And that perception is that jury trials routinely occur as a way of deciding whether somebody is guilty or innocent of the offense of which he or she is suspected or accused.
Any student in a civics class in elementary school or junior high school will learn about a system with a trial by jury and a right to counsel and proof beyond a reasonable doubt, and it won't remotely resemble the system that we have.
When your name is called, please stand and announce that you are here. Kevin Washington. Thank you. Rosemary Gonzalez.
Please have a seat.
Thank you. Pablo Hurtado. Thank you. Mr. Martinez, how do you plead, sir, to assault on a family member as alleged in cause number 955015? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty?
Are you pleading guilty because you are guilty and for no other reason?
Yes, sir.
And 3, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
How do you plead that reduced charge?
Guilty.
Are you pleading?
The Sixth Amendment of the Constitution guarantees every citizen the right to be judged by a jury of his or her peers.
Do you want to give up those guaranteed rights and proceed your plea of guilty today?
Yet about 95% of all people who are convicted of felonies across the country give up that right and plead guilty.
State that in exchange for a plea of guilty,
most of these guilty pleas involve bargains in which the accused pleads guilty in exchange for a lesser sentence or a reduced charge.
How do you plead to aggravated robbery alleged to have occurred on or about? The system would collapse if every case that was filed in the criminal justice system were to be set for trial. The system would just entirely collapse.
A lot of people call it a necessary evil. I look at it as a necessary component in our criminal justice system. But have to understand that a plea bargaining only works if you have experienced, competent defense attorneys, experienced, competent prosecutors, and a judge who will oversee and make sure this is done correctly.
How do you plead that reduced charge?
Guilty, sir.
But what if one or more of them, these key legal figures, are not as competent as they should be? What happens then to the plea bargains which are now so much a part of the system? Tonight we will tell several stories. Different people, different charges, different parts of the country. All with one thing in common: the difficult dilemma of confronting a plea. On November 2nd, 2000, in Hearn, a small town in East Texas, Irma Faye Stewart, then 30 years old, a single mother of two, was arrested.
The officer just come up to me and said, "Irma Stewart." I said, "Yeah," and he just, say you under arrest, and he, told me to turn around, and he put the handcuffs on me, and I asked him for what, and he just never did say nothing. He, just put me in the car.
Go down this right here. Go down here.
Regina Kelly, a waitress, 24 at the time, and a single mother of 4, was also arrested.
I was at work. Police officers came in and asked for Regina Kelly. I said, "That's me." And he said, "Ma'am, we have to take you into custody." And I was like, oh my God. I knew I had tickets, and I told my manager, I said, "I'm going to jail because I have tickets that I haven't paid for. I just haven't paid my traffic tickets." And the police officer told him it's not for tickets. And that was it.
The cases were prosecuted by the district attorney of Robertson County, John Pascal.
Okay, I tell you what, I'm going to write this down. I'm going to put it down with the offer that I made to you. And you get back with me next week, and I'll do the paperwork up. Okay? Thank you. Bye. The case began with Narcotics Task Force that operated in this county, conducting an undercover operation, and they made the cases. Then once they made the cases and turned them over to the district attorney's office, those cases were then presented to a grand jury, and the grand jury returned indictments in those particular cases.
It was part of a big drug sweep based on a confidential informant who would later be proven unreliable. He implicated 25 men and 2 women with felony drug distribution charges. Many lived in this public housing project. All but one were black. They claimed they were innocent. They were thrown into jail with bonds set as high as $70,000 each. Regina and Irma Faye shared a cell with 2 other women. Neither had been in jail before.
It was hard. It was a cell for 2 people, so me and the other girl had to sleep on the floor. It's concrete, it's hard, it's cold. What made it bad was because you are in there and there's nothing you can do about it. And you in there for something you didn't do. And it was hard just wondering what's going to happen next.